Scorpio, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot here to do a weekly reading for you for March 30th through April 3rd. Okay, so we're going to just, this reading is going to be a little bit more like the earth, fire, air, water readings. So if you like those, you'll probably like this one. It feels like a little bit more of an extended reading. So we'll just see what comes up for you, Scorpio. So these first two cards are going to represent you, okay? Your energy towards your person. And the purple cards, which are also Lenormand cards, are going to represent their energy towards you. Okay, all right, so let's see what we get here. All right, so for you, all right, so we have the Child. So this is about a fresh start for a few of you. This could be a pregnancy, but for the majority of you, this is about a fresh start. And what else do we have here? And then we have the Book of Knowledge, or in some cases, the Book of Secrets. So those are two cards that I don't normally see together. A fresh start and Book of Secrets. So, or this, again, could be the Book of Knowledge, Book of Wisdom, you know, taking what you've learned into a fresh start, into a relationship. It might be a reconciliation. All right, so let's see what the energy is over here from your person. Okay, so we have the Rider here, and this card is always about communication from a man, about love in some way. For some of you, this can also be an extramarital affair. Okay, so heads up on that. This person might be married. You may know that, you may not know that. But again, that's not for everybody. This card is always about communication from a man. All right, so what else do we have here? Okay, so we have the Cross. So this is saying that whoever this is over here is kind of in between worlds right now. So this person might be considering, you know, what do they want in life? Do they want a traditional life, a traditional marriage with kids, with whatever is traditional for them? Or are they looking for something else? Are they looking for, you know, a more spiritual path, whether it's a journey on their own or a journey with, you know, with somebody, with you? I feel like this person is like between worlds. So for some of you, this may likely be about, you know, a potential affair or an affair coming to light. Hopefully not. Or it's about a reconciliation or rebirth in some way. All right, so we're going to use this deck here. All right, so this is my Awakening Journey deck. So we're going to see what energy both of you are in. You know, are you in an energy of light? Are you in an energy of shadow? We will see. All right, so one for you, one for your person. All right, so let's see what we have here for you. Look at this. So this is interesting. We've got realistic consideration. So this is the energy of light, okay? If this was a shadow card, it would be red. All right, we have the number 4 here. That's about, you know, what's going on here in the physical world. So it feels like you might be looking at something from a realistic perspective, from a more logical perspective, like, you know, is this something that, you know, I can make work in the physical world? Is this something that, you know, it's worth putting my energy into. All right. So let's see what your person has here. And we have relying on self for counsel. So this card is red, obviously, and so there's a little bit of shadow energy to this. You know, this person, I feel like, might feel somewhat alone, okay? They, you know, and honestly, I got to tell you, a lot of this energy does feel like an affair to me on some level. You know, this person might feel very alone because they have no one to talk to. You know, I said over here that this could be a man. It could also be a woman, okay? Usually it's a man because it's a picture of a man on a horse, but it could be a woman. And this person might be feeling a little bit alone, again, possibly having to make a big decision on their own, you know, relying on their self, you know, and what this is saying, you know, the shadow part of this card is, you know, it's probably better for this person to, you know, surrender to the universe here. And so they're not feeling so alone on some level. They might feel very alone in a situation, and that is, this I feel like is saying, you know, you're never really alone, you know, if you allow yourself to rely on a higher power. And I feel like that's what we're kind of looking at here. So we're going to go to our next deck here. We're going to pull a purple card for this person. All right, and we're going to pull a pink card for you. And of course, in a general reading, you know, the characters could be swapped here. You know, if you find that your story or your perspective is more on this side, that's fine. All right, so let's see what we have here for you. Trusting your intuition takes practice. So this feels a little bit for you like you're going in between having intuitive hits, you know, feeling that intuition nudging at you as to what to do, what to make of a situation, you know, and it's conflicting with your, you know, your logic, your realistic consideration. Realistic consideration can be a good thing, but it can also weigh you down when your intuition is trying to tell you to look in a specific direction. You know, if you're in a situation where you're having to keep a secret, or you're having to keep secrets, or you are a secret, you know, you might be looking at this from a realistic perspective, like, is this something that is really good for me? Is this something that I really want? And at the same time, you're probably not completely trusting your intuition when this card, the realistic consideration card, is coming up first. So it feels like, you know, there's something that your intuition is telling you that you're not fully listening to. What do we have over here for your person? My dreams of loving you scare me. Okay, so this is ego. Okay, we also have the number 38 here for this card, which is 11, which is illumination, you know, enlightenment. There's something about this connection. There's something about this person loving you that scares them. Okay, you know, it could be that the dream of this is maybe not what they expected, or the dream is getting close and they're starting to ask themselves, you know, is this what I really want? I feel like you're both possibly asking yourselves, is this the right thing? Is this what I really want? Is this actually happening? Yeah, it feels like both of you are possibly, you know, experiencing a little bit of this, the cross, like what direction you're going or potentially going in life. So we're going to pull a hot pink card for this person. And we're going to pull a light blue card for you. All right, so for you, what do we have? Someone who hurt you is actually hurting deeply themselves now. Okay, so for some reason, you know, this could be speaking to this person. But for some reason, I'm feeling like this is about somebody else. Okay, so somebody who hurt you is actually hurting deeply themselves now. You might know what this is about. You might know that you might have been a part of hurting somebody, or you're realizing that when people are hurtful, it's usually because they have been hurt. So there might be somebody that was in your life or is in your life that has been particularly hurtful to you, and you're realizing it's because they're deeply hurt themselves. Possibly from something that has happened between the two of you, or possibly from something that had nothing to do with you. But again, this could be this person, or it could be somebody outside of this particular connection. So what do we have here for this person? Someone is afraid to speak up. So this is in this person's energy. This is my blocks and flow deck here. So what would this be about? This person could certainly be afraid to speak up, possibly because their dreams of loving you in some way scare them. There might be, you know, something about this connection that if it moves forward, if it finally becomes or is becoming what this person thought they wanted, you know, maybe there's some concern there. But with someone afraid to speak up, this person might see you as being afraid to speak up, or being able to say what needs to be said or do what needs to be done. All right, but I'm not clarifying any of these as I go. So some of this is for your own interpretation too, okay? So we're going to see what energy spirit would like to see both of you in right now. This is the only deck that I'm using today that isn't mine. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? For you, we have receiving. And it says, every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. What does this say? Trusting your intuition. So whatever is going on here, you know, I feel like as time goes on, you might be allowing somebody to be a bigger part of your life, or somebody to come in. You might be learning from this person, or learning in general that, you know, you can trust your intuition and it's part of a divine plan in some way. So receiving, you might be allowing yourself to receive. Receiving is feminine energy, whether this is a masculine or a feminine, you might be allowing yourself to receive. And if that's the case, that could be a good thing, because that's what Spirit is saying you need right now. And then over here, what this person has, interesting. sacrifice. So what this is saying is, you know, Spirit might be saying sometimes, you know, we do have to sacrifice for what it is that we want. Or Spirit saying is, how much sacrifice is worth it? What do we have here? Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. Okay, so this might be the person that in some way is sacrificing right now. All right, so we're going to pull a couple more cards here. A couple of these blue cards. All right, so one for you, one for your person. One for you, one for your person. Okay. All right, so let's see. For you, what do we have? A gift. Okay, and you have receiving. So I feel like you might see this person over here as a gift. Okay, you know, in some way this person is a gift, or this experience has been a gift. This interaction with whoever this is, they are a gift to you in some way, or they see you as a gift. And then we have for you apathy. Now, what is that about? Apathy. Apathy is, on some level, not caring about something. You know, I feel like this might be your retreat, okay? You know, you might go into this energy when you're in between what your mind is logically telling you to do and what your intuition is nudging at you. It's like it gets to be too much, and, you know, sometimes you might throw your hands up and say, you know what, I just don't care anymore. I don't care. And that is probably not true. But it doesn't mean that we can't go into that energy from time to time. Especially if, you know, if the universe is saying that you have to be in a receiving energy in some way. Sometimes that can be difficult for people because it requires a level of surrender. So over here, what do we have for this person? Voice. What is that about? And then we have his. So you could almost do his voice. And we also over here, someone afraid to speak up. So it almost feels like what this is saying right here is whoever the masculine is in this situation, that is probably the person that is afraid to speak up about something. Okay? What that is, that's up to you guys. All right? So that's what I'm getting for that. All right, so let's get some yellow. This is my messages of clarity from your soul connection. And then this is the messages of light and alignment. One for each of you. All right, so for you, what do we have here? I remember the scent of your perfume, or this could be cologne, okay? So that might be something, the scent of this person might be something that, you know, has made a huge impact on you. Definitely, you know, aromas and scents that we smell, I mean, they trigger memories. So that might be something for you. And then what do we have here? A declaration that what you thought was true was true. So going back up here to intuition, trusting your intuition, allowing yourself to receive. You know, somebody is going to or has made a declaration that what you thought was true was true. Maybe this was something you were hoping for, okay, but something that your intuition is telling you feels like it's true. So when we're going through this, it really feels like intuition is what you should be listening to, possibly. Of course, it's always good to look at the facts, look at what's realistic as well. But sometimes, you know, we have that intuition for a reason. It's to guide us. Some people use it, some people just don't, okay? Some people don't recognize it. What do we have here for this person? There was a spiritual awakening here. So certainly this person might have gone through some type of spiritual awakening. I mean, especially with this cross up here, because of this connection, because it could certainly be a soul connection that the two of you experienced here. I feel like whatever has gone on between the two of you, it's been very, very impactful for both of you, but particularly impactful for this person. Okay, and then for them, we have an invitation you hoped for. Okay, so this person, I feel like, could be getting exactly what they want as far as what they hope for. An invitation you hope for. Interesting. All right. So what else here? We have these cards. We're going to take a look at feelings, what the two of you might say to each other right now. These are fun readings for me to do. The last part of this reading, I'm going to pull some tarot, but you know, I feel like we get different messages when we do it like this too. I enjoy doing these. All right, so let's see. For you, what would you possibly say to this person? I love how you carry yourself in the external world. So this is probably somebody that you really respect and you really like to see how they interact, how they engage in the external world. You love to see how they carry themselves. Maybe, you know, like I kind of look at that as like you love to see how somebody adults in the world. It's very attractive to see somebody be an adult. If you know what I mean by that, you know, like you like to see somebody in their element. You like to see somebody doing what they do well, you know, impressing people, engaging people. You watch this person and you're impressed, okay, is what I'm getting. And then what else would you say? I desire financial freedom. So this feels like something that you personally have a desire for. That's important to you. And you know what? That's important to most people, right? You know, that might be what you're working towards. That might be something that in some way affects this connection, okay? But it's really up to you to determine how that, you know, how that rings true or resonates for you. So what would this person be saying to you? I can bring up old stories, hurts, and issues from the past. So this person over here, going back to this card for you, someone who hurt you is actually hurting deeply themselves now. So it could be this person that has been hurt along the way in this connection. And what this is telling me is that maybe the two of you aren't necessarily great at resolving issues when they come up, all right? Or somebody is unable to resolve certain issues. And that continues to repeat for this person. So what happens when this person continues to feel the pain of a situation that wasn't resolved, they tend to bring it up again and again. If somebody is bringing up something again and again, it's not necessarily because it's happening again and again and again, but it's because it hasn't been resolved to this person's satisfaction, okay? And then what do we have here? All right, I love your heart, mind, and soul. This person loves you, okay? Bottom line, all right? You have, clearly you have love for them. You appreciate watching them in the physical world. This person loves your heart, mind, and soul. I don't see this card come out very often, so I think that's beautiful. You know, this person, I mean, we've got a lot of information here. My dreams of loving you scare me. So on some level, you know, this person might feel like their dream is getting close. A lot of people are afraid of success. That's what this feels like a little bit. Okay? All right, so finally, what is coming for this connection? What is coming for this connection for Scorpio? Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So, you know, that indicates new love or new connection. You know, we have that up here, a fresh new start. So, you know, this might be somebody that you've been teetering a little bit on having a full relationship, or possibly, you know, there might be some element of waiting for another relationship to end. And then we have the Chariot card of Cancer. And finally, 10 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so that is beautiful. So that's like, you know, that's like the whole story. It's like there's the beginning of love, and here is complete emotional fulfillment. And in the middle here, the Chariot is the movement towards your heart's desire. So I feel like that's the direction this is going for you. You know, no matter what is going on, you know, I like the aspect of leaving some of this for you to decipher for yourself as to what it means to you. That's you using your intuition. You know, Spirit is saying here for you that receiving is important in some way. And over here, this person might be making a sacrifice in some way, or needs to make a sacrifice for love in some way. Okay, but this person is a little afraid. This person feels a little bit alone too. It feels like they're relying completely on themselves versus being able to, you know, realize that there is a higher power out there to, you know, to help and support them, and that's happening whether they realize it or not. But it feels like this person is in a big, they feel like they're at a point where a big decision might need to be made. But this feels extremely positive, extremely beautiful on both sides, really. For you, I feel like it's about trusting your intuition, you know. And for this person, there's some fears here, but I feel like this person is working through that. There's some fears, but this is a beautiful little synopsis here at the end here, starting at the Ace of Cups, positive movement towards your heart's desire, and then ending up with emotional fulfillment. So That's why I feel like trusting your intuition is really important, okay? All right, so Scorpio, that is what I have for you. If you're looking for a deeper, more personal reading, you can certainly reach out to me and we can take care of that. If not, no worries. I will talk to you next time. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day, great week. Bye.